Scott here. Here is a guide on how to abuse Kam'lanaut FR gauge. This FR offers very powerful HP damage bonus, and it is probably the strongest that we will have in a while. For those who are new to the game or not familiar with the FR mechanics, they are most probably not aware of the conditions to allow you achieve maximum HP damage bonus in force time. This guide will cover on the conditions and the tools that you need to ensure that you need to meet the requirements. In general, you need 3 of the following key components to ensure 80% maximum HP damage bonus on his force time. 1. You need the active unit to do ice elemental damage. 2. The target needs to have its turn disabled with paralysis or confusion. HP silence will also work if the target next action is a HP attack. 3. You need to do a launch. First of all, let's look into the force time conditions. 1. Use an ice ability. To do this, the active unit just need to deal ice elemental damage. You can enchant non-elemental units with ice enchant. Party ice enchanters include Selphie, Onion Knight, Keiss, and Snow. Alternatively, you can use ice elemental unit for this. Examples of other ice elemental units are Kam'lanaut, Keiss, Palom and Kam'lanaut. Fulfill this condition and you will gain 20% HP damage bonus in force time. 2. The target is unable to act. You need to inflict a turn disable debuff like paralysis or confusion. HP silence will only work if the enemy's next attack is a HP attack. Kam'lanaut's brother All Dark Terror debuff also works. The second part of the condition is that it also gives bonus uptick when you execute a launch or a knockback. If you launch against a non-disabled target, you gain 0% HP damage bonus. If you attack a disabled target, you gain 20% HP damage bonus. Here is the crazy part of this condition. If you attack a disabled target with a 1-member launch, you will gain 40% HP damage bonus. If you attack a disabled target with 2-member launch, you will gain 60% HP damage bonus. In short, it is achievable with a grand total of 80% HP damage bonus with Kam'lanaut if you achieve all 3 conditions. On the right side of the screen, I have done a table of scenarios. Ideally, you will always want to fulfill all conditions stated in scenario 3 after you have activated Kam'lanaut's force time. Now, let's cover on the conditions that you need to meet in order to abuse Kam'lanaut's FR. Let's start off with Ice Enchant. If you are using Kam'lanaut for his burst phase, you can actually do without Ice Enchant since Kam'lanaut's attack are mainly Ice Elemental. You can enchant the party with Ice by bring Selphie, Onion Knight, Keiss, or Snow. Onion Knight can only enchant the party with his AA active, while Snow can only enchant the party when his BT aura is active. Alternatively, you can bring Ice Elemental units for the fight. Keiss, Kam'lanaut and Palom are additional units that you can consider. You can also Ice Enchant a unit with Call. Calls that offer Caller Ice Enchant are both Keiss Calls, Snow LDCA and Keiss base Call. Calls that offer Party Ice Enchant is Keiss LDCA. You can see Keiss LDCA widely being used by most content creators is mainly due to his powerful hero debuff, which also includes 30% HP damage bonus when it is at 3 stacks. If you miss Keiss, you can get his kit when he returns during Aerith's intersecting will sometime in the future. Although it isn't as potent as Keiss LDCA, Keiss LDCA offers 3-turn framed freeze debuff on the target. For the second condition, you can fulfill launches easier by considering bring one of the following launch auxiliary. Selphie is the premium one, as you just need to stick her LD debuff on the boss and you can launch them all days. You can trigger launches by using Reigns as a call. His call also offers turn manipulation, which is great for setting big attacks for a nuke when the FR gauge is fully charged. His LDCA will ensure that the caller's attack will trigger launches every turn for 2 turns. Use this before you trigger a burst phase. Keiss can ensure someone guaranteed launches with his smash support buff from his S2. The buff will last for a whooping 8 turns. Do note that the call version only offers 1 turn duration. The downside of this is that Keiss needs to be in the party and the buff downtick as the buffed units act. In the coming days, Lael will get his BT realization. His BT aura coupled with his force debuff will help to trigger launches a lot easier. Alternatively, you can bring a launcher type burst unit like Cloud. The last condition is turn disable. Kam'lanaut himself is a great turn disabler. When his BT aura is active, Bondage from Antiquity will trigger and prevent the boss targets from acting. The BT aura lasts for 6 turns. Once the disabled boss turn has passed, the unit closest to the boss will warp his or her turn forward. He can also achieve AoE paralysis with his S1 plus or Glacification plus. To activate this variant, you need to break a target with his Brave plus or use his LD and he will get S1 plus on his following turn. Other than Kam'lanaut, you can considering bring a secondary turn disabler to facilitate permanent stun locking. But beware of pushing off the debuffs as there are only 8 debuffs to work with. For paralysis, you can consider Agrias, Shantato, Fang, Kryl, and Cloud. For confusion, you can consider Agrias, Waka, Purim, or Mog. For HP silence, you can consider Kefka or Arsila. Agrias can guarantee paralysis with her AA and S2. She can hit guaranteed confusion with her Fated Moly where you gains access after using her LD. Cloud can guarantee paralysis with his Cross Plus or S1 plus. He will access this after using his Finishing Touch or S2. Kryl can trigger paralysis upon expiration of her LD traps. Some timing planning is required here. Fang can guarantee paralysis or daze with her LD. Give her a Laguna Sphere and the debuff can be inflicted on all target whenever she inflicts a debuff. However, daze will downtick whenever the targeted debuffed unit gets attacked. It will last 3 turns with a potent 40% HP damage up. You can inflict confusion with Waka, Purim, or Mog. Confusion has low hit rate and it is RNG dependent. So, you will need some luck there. Both Kefka and Arsila offers HP silence. However, the boss turn will only be disabled if their next attack is a HP attack. You need to be familiar with the boss damage rotations to time this right. His brother, Aldnark is also great with his terror debuff. But Aldnark might burn up his BT and damage potential with his warp mechanics. You can also use Rayma's summon for paralysis debuff. You can also inflict turn disable with calls. Shantato is the most reliable LDCA as her LD will guaranteed paralysis. Kryl LDCA also offers guaranteed paralysis but that is only after expiration of the trap debuff. Fang can trigger turn disable with her debuffs. Make sure she has Laguna Sphere so that the debuff will be triggered on all targets. However, Daze debuff will downtick whenever the debuff target is attacked. Arsila base call offers HP silence. As mentioned previously, HP silence will only work if the target forthcoming attack is a HP attack. You can rely 33% RNG rate of getting confusion reels with Waka. Waka can beat MVP in certain stage. With this, I have come to the end of this quick guide. Now let's showcase some runs featuring on how I abuse this awesome FR mechanic.
ちろ。眠れ。笑わせるな。
次は私。
ここで口を。切り捨てる。笑わせるな。
次は私。
ここで口を。眠れ。笑わせるな。
次は私。
ここで口を。切れる。笑わせるな。
次は私。
ここで口を。あれだ。笑わせるな。
次は私。
ここで口を。行くぞ。皆さん。終わりが始まる。ないんだよ。ザクは引っ込んでろ。ひざまずけ。終わりだ。
全力で行きます。
さあ行こう。全ての力を持って呪縛を。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
そこだ。遅い。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
そう。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
荒い。もう倒れてくれ。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
荒い。もう倒れてくれ。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
荒い。もう倒れてくれ。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
荒い。もう倒れてくれ。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
荒い。もう倒れてくれ。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
荒い。もう倒れてくれ。終わりだ。ここで口を。
みんなのためにも。
ここだ。決めるぞ。みんな力を貸してくれ。もらった。負けられないんだ。終わりが始まるの。 辛いんだよ。ザコは引っ込んでろ。いざまずけ。終わりだ。本気で行くぜ。任せておけ。明動しこの野郎。全力だ。ここで吉を任せておけ。明動せよ。
耐えられるかな。こいつにとどめだ。
任せておけ。本気で行くぜ。明動せよ。私にひれ伏せ。任せておけ。本気で行くぜ。明動せよ。せいぜいあがきがいい。任せておけ。本気で行くぜ。明動せよ。消えろ。明動せよ。我が意のままに。明動せよ。明動せよ。終わりが始まる。ないんだよ。ザコは引っ込んでろ。いざまずけ。終わりだ。明動せよ。目覚めよ。刻みつけよう。我が剣で葬る。さあ潔く消えろ。